subscribe to James the Sheriff Dixon, you motherfucker.
This is fun times. This is movie reviews with James and Eric. I got episode 8. I got Eric on. Say hello.
Hey man, it's good to be back. Very excited to be here. Excited to be here with you. Congratulations on all your subscribers. Congratulations on everything that you've been up to, man. This is a lot of fun. Really looking forward to getting back into this with you.
So there's a bunch of movies I've been seeing. Is there any that you've been seeing recently that you want to just?
Not recently. Been a little busy. With starting some new podcast company stuff and everything. But I'm very curious to see what you've been watching and what you've been up to and everything.
Oh, I can just start off. I saw Godzilla.
Please.
I saw Godzilla Minus One finally at the beginning of the year.
Okay. So what did you think? What did you think of that?
I thought it was awesome. I've seen it. I saw it by myself and I saw it with my family. Saw it back to back twice. It was really good.
Do you think it really lived up to like the hype that was going around of it? Like, I feel like a lot of people were talking about how good it was.
Kind of wish I saw it in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that it's like, as far as like a theatrical film, it really did super well to be on like this huge screen, this big loud thing or whatever, because of the moments where it is so like bombastic, but not, again, the whole time it's not just Godzilla. It's not Godzilla versus Kong or whatever, right? It's totally different.
Not like Legendary. It feels like an actual original Toho film.
That's so cool. I'm glad you liked it. I don't think I know anyone who did not like it.
Well, yeah, it's like
it seemed like it was universally accepted.
I said it's a bunch of people's like #1 movies for last year.
Yeah, a lot of really positive stuff going around with it and everything, and it felt like the time it was released and everything. It especially in like the U.S., right? Like usually movies in like January, not usually the ones that people are clamoring to. It's sort of where like you dump your loss movies where you're just sort of like, oh, nothing really comes out in January that's any good. And Godzilla Minus One came out and it was like, I think on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 98%. That's crazy. People go crazy.
For like both like critics and the fans too, which doesn't really happen in a movie.
No, it feels like it's been a while since there's something like that. And I think it's just it's very cool that there's stuff that people can agree on and just sort of jump into and watch and kind of like experience like these much larger, like Godzilla's like such a they've been making Godzilla movies forever and they're still making new ones that are like universally acclaimed. That's so crazy.
And so I can just jump right into my next one. I saw
keep going.
I saw Abigail too as well.
Which one was Abigail?
That's where the little girl is taken.
She's a vampire.
Yes.
Vampire girl.
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it.
Look, that's the way they marketed the movie, and they shouldn't have, right?
Yes,
like, because that's like the twist, right? Where it's like, oh my God, we're in this house and we can't get out of this house. What's going to happen? And then it's that. But the trailer is like, oh my God, we're in this house. Yes, and this little girl is a vampire, and it's like, oh, that's weird. That doesn't seem like that shouldn't have been how you marketed that. What did you think of that?
I thought it was cool. Like, it was like a bunch of like unknown actors in it, other than Gus from Breaking Bad's in there. So, other than him, it was a bunch of unknowns.
Just a bunch of people. Yeah.
It was made by the guys who did Cabin in the Woods. That's why it did great.
Oh, I didn't know it was the same people. I feel like Cabin in the Woods is like, revered isn't the right word, but people, it's like definitely like a cult hit kind of thing where people are like real into it, like real into it. Actually, you brought up Abigail and it made me remember something I did watch not too long ago. This is probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
The new one.
I've never like seen those movies. I have no interest in the Conjuring universe.
Seen them all.
I'm not yeah, right. I'm like not a horror movie guy. I loved it. It was so much fun to watch. It is not very good. It was a blast. It was a blast to watch these people. It's supposed to be in this universe of like this husband and wife duo investigate supernatural stuff, right? It's those movies, the Conjuring movies. But the whole time you're watching it, you're like, did this happen? Is this supposed to be like a retelling of something that happened? Because they keep showing like a demon. What's happening? And it is so. I had a blast. I might be a Conjuring guy now. I might be into the Conjuring movies.
That's for all of them, by the way. They treat them all that seriously.
That's unbelievable. That makes me want to watch the rest of the Conjuring universe. That they treat them like, guys, this is a real occurrence and this is based on true events. And you watch it and you're like, no, it's fucking not.
The first one I'm going to tell you right now is the best acted and written one. The very first one from 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's I just looked it up. It's 2013 was the first one. They've been making these for that long.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Wow. Are they making more? Hang on, I gotta look it up. The Nun 2 was the last one, and it came out in September of last year.
Feels crazy.
Future. They have announced Last Rites, which is the finale of the Conjuring universe.
Abigail's the craziest one because it's just a doll that's haunted.
It's right, yeah. I remember that one I remember when The Conjuring came out, and I remember when Annabelle came out, and people were like, wait, it's connected to that Conjuring movie? And then they made The Conjuring 2, which is the third movie in the Conjuring universe. And then they made another Annabelle. They made Annabelle 2, and that's the fourth movie. That's so funny. That rocks. I gotta watch all these. These suck. These movies suck. It's awesome. I'm excited. Oh man. What else have you been watching?
So I watched Rush Hour for the first time ever.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So Rush Hour, the first one, came out in 90. I'm gonna say 90. No, it's not 97. 99?
It was a 98, 99.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Ooh,
98, 99.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it hold up?
I think the partner, Chris Tucker, holds the comedy. He holds that movie up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then it's just Jackie Chan doing stunts.
Yeah.
How does the comedy feel now that we are something like 25 plus years removed from the 1998 jokes?
I didn't really feel they were outdated, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, that's a great thing to note in the review, that it doesn't feel outdated. It just kind of seems like it would, but it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That's great. What would you rate it out of 10? Like what do you think of like Rush Hour 1 as like a movie?
I would give it a solid 8.
Yeah. That's so cool. Have you seen the other ones?
I stopped at the second one a few weeks ago. I'm about to watch the third one.
Okay.
I have all my bad movies watched and recorded for the next 4 months, so I can focus on school.
Hell yeah!
And now
That's awesome.
Now on my off time from school, I'm catching up on my good stuff to watch. So yeah,
it's fucking great. What did you think? Like, okay, so you haven't watched Rush Hour 3. Boy, Rush Hour 1 might be the best of. I don't know. I want to know what you think when you're done watching all the Rush Hours. I want to know like how you would rank them. I'm like
the second one was very good too. I like the second one.
It is really good, and it's not even really good in like a different way. It's really good in like the exact same way that Rush Hour 1 is good, right? Like it's just like the same kind of movie, and it is like a lot of fun. And
it's the same
I'm glad
way
that
as
you
the first one.
That's so funny.
Yeah, the second one kind of ends the same exact way as the first one.
They really, you're just like, oh, we're making more of these, huh? Yeah. Okay. And then they do. Boy, do they. That's so funny. All right, what's next? What else you got?
So I watched They Live as well for the first time.
Oh, wow. What did you think?
I also love that movie. The way they detail how the future's going to play out is actually how the future turned out.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that like, you wouldn't have thought They Live would be the thing that was so prescient in terms of like, here's what the future holds and everything. But man, it's really good. And it's a cool movie. And I love the fight scene that takes so long and like looks bad. It's such a fun fight scene.
Keith David and the wrestler guy just hitting each other for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's so cool. The part where they're in like, it's like the bar or whatever, and it has like that scene where it cuts over and it has the like he has like the glasses on and it has the guy and he's all like fucked up alien looking or whatever, is like the scariest. See, I think it's just like he's like looking right at you and he's
when he puts the glasses on the first time,
yeah. And it's, oh my god, it's so scary. I think that part is so cool. I think that is so cool. Like, what a great.
I was watching with my mom and she pointed out that they kind of invented drones, because when those small UFOs looking for him, they're like drone
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a great point. That's a really great point. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a movie that I think has aged really well. In terms of not just of like what it has to say, but in terms of like the way it looks and the way it's like moving and like what happens in the movie, I think is just so fun to watch. I think it's such a fun thing to watch.
And I want to bring up another
great one.
And I want to bring up another show because Keith David, Hazbin Hotel. Mm-hmm. I love that show. A24.
Oh yeah, do you like that? I know some people that are like voices and work on that and stuff, but I haven't like watched the show, but I know it's like a big like cultural thing that people are like super into. It's very cool.
The way I describe it, it's like just styled like an old classic like 90s early 2000s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's made for adults and it's a musical.
Yeah. It seems really cool. I know that like Brandon Rogers does a voice from Monica Franco does a voice in it, and it's just like it's weird. It's weird that like it really took off. I don't know how it
Keith
took
David
off.
is in it too.
Yeah, I just don't know how it took off, but boy, it really, really, really took off.
Yeah, it started out as like,
really, really took off.
Yeah, it started out as like a YouTube video.
Yes,
which got like a billion views now. The original one because of
the
show.
Yeah, and now it's like this huge. It's like a cultural touchstone piece. Like people are so into it, and it's really cool that something can start like as a YouTube video, like on a YouTube channel or whatever, and find that success and find that audience and grow and be like crazy. I think it's really cool. I think it's awesome.
Right now, I'm stuck with the songs. Like I just play them on loop when I'm in my car.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The songs are what get me. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's fucking rad. That's awesome. That's cool, man. I'm glad you've been enjoying that. I think that's a really cool one. What's the next movie you watch? I'm so excited. I like the movies you've thrown out so far have been like all over the place, and I love that they're all over the place. This is great.
Then the next one is another TV show. It's Fallout.
Oh, okay. So I've watched about half of it. I really like it. I really think it's really well done. It's very cool. I'm not a big fan of what you would call like prestige TV anymore. It just feels like stories that should be condensed or told in like a quicker amount of time, really sort of like prolonged for like 9 episodes. But I love Fallout. I really love Fallout. Like the video game is so much fun. I just really enjoy the world. And then seeing what they've done with the world in the show has been so cool. I think it's been really, really fun to watch. The creatures are interesting. The fucking rad roaches are gross. Like,
Walter Goggins is great.
Dude, he is so good. I think that guy can be in anything and it'll elevate sort of like what everything that it is. But Johnny Pemberton is in that also as like the scribe for the power armor suit. He's like the shitty bully. And then he like, that and everything. I think he's like a really, really funny comedian. Thought the woman that they have, was it Lucy, the main character? I think she is so good in that role. I think it's really great. And it does a good job of living in the world and not having to like spoon feed a ton to you. You're just sort of like, this apocalypse has occurred, and you understand the apocalypse has occurred, and there's human life that has continued. Like they just show this very easily,
They
and then it
make it so
bounces
you don't have.
around really well.
Yeah, they make it so you don't have to play the game. You can just watch it.
And it's you're right. I think they do a good job of explaining just enough for you to go, wait, so everything's like wiped out and desolate? Yes. And over here are these people that are very like militaristic and they have like these power armor suits. And then over here, there's like this ghoul bounty hunter guy and he's doing this stuff. And over here is this girl who's trying to like get her dad back and everything. And I think the world's sort of like intersecting and them going from like place to place and showing the ghouls and everything has been really cool. And it like, I mean, it made me play the game again. It made me immediately start playing Fallout New Vegas again, and then immediately start playing Fallout 4 again.
I've been
Like,
told by a bunch of
easy.
my online friends that I would like Fallout. I've never played it.
Um, it is. It's fun. I would say just probably jump into Fallout 4 and just give it a shot. It holds your hands through enough, and it really is just like a walking simulator. You're just walking and walking and walking and walking, and like you run into some things and you fight some things, and then you build some stuff, and then you craft some stuff, and then you find some better armor, like that kind of thing. It's just like that rinse and repeat cycle of gameplay. But it is, man, it's a lot of fun. The world is really cool. I have a great time playing it. It's really really cool.
I just want to add one more thing. I just found it hilarious that the suit, the armor, is just like the Iron Man 1 suit. I busted.
Oh,
out,
yeah,
I busted
exactly.
out laughing. I busted out laughing when they opened it for the first time, and that's exactly it.
I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. It's just like, what if he stopped at the first version of the Iron Man armor? That is what we've based our entire military operation on. Is just getting a lot of guys Iron Man 1 armor. It's pretty crazy. It's really cool though. I like it.
So, all right, which leads me to another show. We
Yeah.
touched up on this, but didn't have time the last time we talked about it. It's the Goosebumps Disney series, which is like somewhat kind of adult rated, but it's not.
What did you end up thinking of it?
It was good. They like added a bunch of
Yeah.
story to it, but like I liked it. I personally liked it. I thought it was weird that Disney has it because it was a Cartoon Network
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Is it just sort of like reliving a lot of like the stories of those things or what?
Yeah. Each episode is the title of the first.
Oh,
Yeah.
so each episode is one of the like say cheese and die and all that shit. Like it's just the Night of the Living Dummy and everything.
That's how it ends with the living dummy. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Fucking knew it. I knew it. What would you recommend it to people if like
I
if
mean,
they
like-
never if they didn't know anything about Goosebumps?
I mean, like, if people probably know of it even if they haven't read the books. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I recommend it. I just thought it like that was one of the more weirder ones that I watched. Like, Disney
Yeah.
owns it, but it's a Cartoon Network owned thing. I was like, that I couldn't get that off my mind. Plus, it's like more adult than you would think it is too. Like, there's blood in it. There's like violence in it. Like, yeah, and it doesn't
Wow.
even say that when you play it on the screen. Like, they don't.
Oh,
warn
really?
You. Yeah, they don't warn you.
That's crazy. I think that's cool. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Just go for it. I think that's a great sort of side swipe for you where you're not expecting it and boy then it happens. That's cool. What else you been watching?
Did let's see, the Avatar Netflix show has been the live action one, the Avatar Last Airbender.
Oh, I totally forgot that they made that. Did that live up to everything? Like you feel like that's I mean it's got to be better than the movie, right?
10 times better than the M Night one. It was so good that they're doing season 2 and 3 of the animated show back to back. They got ordered.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. That's really cool. Do you feel like the show it did itself a service for like what, you know?
What they were doing, yeah. They added
Okay.
a bunch of story to characters that didn't have story in the first season, like the Fire Lords and all that who didn't have a story
Yeah.
whatsoever. They added. It's I think Daniel Day Kim plays the Fire Lord, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Does it follow the anime pretty closely? Like, where does it sort of go in? Like, or is it following it loosely and that's good enough?
They follow it loosely. Like they don't. He doesn't. Aang doesn't do like side quests like he does in the show. It's pretty much just the story of him trying to become the Avatar.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, you feel like it's a pretty well done thing. Like you would definitely recommend it.
Like you're a fan of Avatar, you'll probably watch it anyways. But if you're not, something just to throw on for like it's like 40 minutes an episode, so just something to throw
Oh,
on. For
that's not crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw on for an afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. That's that's cool. That's honestly, I totally forgot that they had made that. There's so many people that were like excited about it and everything, but I totally forgot about it. Completely forgot that they did it. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
these last like 2 weeks, my local ComiCon was happening, and I think I sent you the pictures. I met the original voice actor for Iroh and the actor who plays in the live action one.
That's awesome. How was the Comic-Con and everything? Did you enjoy it?
It was great. The one I go to here, I've been going to since sophomore year of high school in 2013. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Just feel like has it grown pretty good, or you think it stays about like the same size and everything?
it's the same place it's been every year. This last year, actually, they had the most people since COVID. So there was about 60,000 to 100,000 people this year compared to the last 4 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a good size. That's pretty cool. Well, nice, man. I'm glad you got to make some time there and check it out and everything.
Got a couple more here before we end.
Please hit me with it. Let's go. Hell yeah.
I watched Jay and Silent Bob too as well for the first time ever.
Oh my god. How was that?
That was also really great. I loved how Kevin Smith doesn't have a single role and a single speaking line until the end.
Was it like goofy in a way that you appreciated, or was it sort of like, why did they make this?
A little of both.
Was it do you feel like, I mean, like, why did he make it? I guess would be my question. Like, why did he feel the need that, like, we're like, guys, we've got to revisit Jay and Silent Bob again? Because it's not like it was out to make money, right?
Again, like I think Kevin Smith didn't have lines because he didn't want to mess up a take he was in.
That's awesome. That's so funny. How weird. I totally forgot that they had made that movie. And I'm sure it's just filled with like cameos, just cameo
The
after
very
cameo
ending,
of like all of his friends.
the very end, the last 30 minutes is nothing but cameos of other actors. Yeah.
There you go. That's what I figured. I mean, it's a Kevin Smith thing, and I think that's really cool. So good for him. What a goofy thing. But hey, that's cool. As long as people enjoyed it, then hell, why not?
And I also watched Galaxy Quest as well.
Oh, cool. Had you ever seen that before?
Nope.
It's a really interesting movie, right?
Like it surprised me all the stars in that one too. Like Dwight from The Office, if you didn't know, plays one of the background aliens.
Yeah, it's a lot of actors years and years before they are
Famous.
actors. You know what I mean? Like in anything.
Like it's Alan Rickman before he did Harry Potter. Like the year
Oh,
before.
dude, it's crazy. Yeah. It's like Tony Shalhoub before he does Monk. It's so nuts how many people are in the movie. What did you think of like the action? Like, what did you think of the movie? Were you going in expecting anything and it like surprised you, or how did you feel about it?
I kind of just went in blind, like not looking anything up. So, and it surprised me that it's PG when there's like curses and they look at women a certain way, and Tim Allen's like partially naked for a scene, and they make it. Yeah, it surprised me for it was a 2001 movie. You would think would have been PG-13 R-rated because of that. They're drinking a substance.
Yeah.
It's
nice. It feels like a movie that came out at a time where the meta conversation of like actors going to conventions and like the Star Trek of it all was something that was sort of in the zeitgeist, but not really. And then the meta-ness of like, what if this stuff was real? is very interesting, and I think all of the characters, like, everyone like learns a lesson, and it's like it just feels like a very 90s movie that is it's nice. I think it's a very nice movie. I don't love it, but I think it's a very nice movie.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, like I went in blind, so it just surprised me. Like the PG part the most, because that's not something I would show like a younger kid audience. No.
No way. No shot. No, not at all. It's the same guy who directed I think it's the same guy who directed Bill and Ted Face the Music, that Bill and Ted sequel.
Oh yeah, yeah, that just came out like a few years ago.
That's weird, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, like that's bizarre. Like, why did he direct that? I don't know. Why did he direct that? Also, it just seems very strange to me.
So I got
okay, good for him.
I got one last one here before we end it.
Hit me with it.
I
Let's
watched the last DC movie they made, the Aquaman 2, without watching the first one.
You're crazy. You're nuts. What the fuck? How did you what was that like? What?
So
tell me everything.
So first off, I was day drinking. I'm like, meh, this is on.
Yeah,
this is on. It's their last movie. They dropped
That's my man right there.
They dropped it on Prime for free. It was the last day for you to rent it, but right when I was about to go rent it, it just dropped for free. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this for 2 hours. And I'm like, I never saw the first one. I've only seen other like honest trailers or cinema scenes make fun of it. So I kind of got the plot from that, but I know I missed a lot because the other one's also a 2.5 hour movie. This one did not need to be. This one's just a rehash of the first one. Randall Park is in it, which is weird because he's in the Marvel movies too. So it's like if you watch,
what the hell?
If you watch those and
what
then
the
you watch,
hell?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, what's the FBI guy from Ant-Man doing here?
Dude, that's so funny. Like, so how did it feel? How did it feel watching something that is so much is presupposed on you watching the other one? Like what?
Well, I mean, like
I don't know. Did it feel like you needed it?
I didn't need the first one, no, because I watched the 4-hour cut of the Zack Snyder Justice League, so I kind of understood Aquaman's character.
God damn.
He's a dude that talks to fish.
Yeah, hell yeah, he is. Goddamn right.
I'll say
the villain. Who's the bad guy?
He's the same.
It's the guy from The Conjuring.
It's the same guy from the first one too, because of that guy.
Yeah, it's the guy from The Conjuring, right? It's Patrick Wilson. He's in the Aquaman. Do you think Aquaman's in the Conjuring universe?
Well, he might be in the new one.
Put Aquaman in the Conjuring. Aquaman versus Annabelle versus the Nun, and then they help. Oh, this is so cool. This rocks. This is awesome. We gotta get him in, baby.
I was gonna say, the reason I wanted to watch this is I heard that he just showed up to set drunk every day, Aquaman's actor, and he was just like, I'm just gonna do this because it's the last movie, and we're gonna just film the craziest shit scenes ever.
Like, Jason Momoa is a weirdo guy, which I think is cool. He just sort of, I don't know. He's like the bad guy in Fast X. Did you see Fast X?
Oh, I remember I reviewed all 11 movies, including Hobbs and Shaw last year.
Yeah. Hell yeah, baby. He's the bad guy in Fast X, and he's just like a weirdo. Like, they just let him be a weirdo for like a really long time. So it's just like, okay, cool. Let Jason Momoa be a weird dude. Like, just a weird guy. Good for him.
I think that's who he is now since Fast X. Like, yeah.
I think so. I think he's just sort of like, yeah. Oh yeah. Why not? Right? Like, let him be a weirdo guy. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to. Here's the thing. I'm not looking for him to turn in like Shakespearean roles. I'm looking for him to be a big jack dude who's maybe drunk on set, and I think that's fun to watch. I think it's exciting. I got no problem with that.
Also, they cut out like half of Amber Heard's lines because this is around the Johnny Depp trial times.
Oh, this is the Johnny Depp time. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Man, like, that's like
she's in a scene, but she doesn't say anything, and she's like just in the foreground. She doesn't. She's like she was in the. I know she was a big part in the first movie, but and then if you come straight to this and not know anything, it's like why isn't she saying anything?
Dude, this is like, oh my god. This is you watching Aquaman 2 without seeing Aquaman 1 is so fucking funny to me. I think that's awesome. I think that's great, dude. That's what a move. You should honestly do that more often. You should watch sequels without watching the first one and review that. I think that's such a funny idea. I like you're just like, yo, check it out. This is my review of Gremlins 2. I've never seen Gremlins 1.
I was gonna watch the first one. I was like, I was going back and forth with it for 10 minutes. I'm like, this is 2.5 hours. This is 2 hours. This is 2.5 hours. What do I want to spend my Friday? What do I want to spend my Friday night watching? The first one from like 5 years ago, or the new one that's gonna be the final one, the nail in the coffin,
dude.
I'm gonna watch the final one.
Oh my god. That like,
yeah, I know the first one was gonna just rehash his story for 10 minutes when I already know his story from the Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah, right? Like, oh my god. I will say that if you haven't watched it yet, I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but I recommend Madam Web to you.
That's on my list for a future bad movie, and it's in my Netflix queue.
It's on Netflix. It makes no sense. I mean, it truly is like a movie that makes you like leaves you scratching your head, but in a way where it's not like, wow, that's abysmal. It just makes you scratch your head and go like, huh, why did they make this? Like, why did they choose to make this?
I heard the actress talk shit on the main one, like talk shit in an interview.
Dakota Johnson, yeah.
Yes. And she's like, she never even seen a Marvel movie either, and she's like, I don't plan to.
The rumor, like the conspiracy theory behind it right now, is that when she and like Sydney Sweeney and everyone signed the contract for this, they thought they were making a Marvel Studios movie, like a mainline Marvel movie.
They lied to her, yeah. Andrew Garfield
that's the theory.
Andrew Garfield was supposed to be in it too, apparently, and he wasn't.
Yep. Yeah. So that is the rumor right now. I guess probably still that it was just supposed to be. She thought she was going to be in a Marvel movie, and she was in a Sony movie, and it was terrible. I mean, it's really, you'll watch it and you'll just go, man, they drink a lot of Pepsi in this movie. Why can't they say Spider-Man? It's like nothing here makes sense. None of this makes sense. What's going on?
And for one last, did you see the trailer for the new Venom?
Yes. Yeah, I did. What? Didn't
see the second
the other day.
I didn't see the second.
No, nobody saw the second one. Nobody saw the second one. They're making a third Venom.
That's what's making me think.
My wife, the trailer came out, and my wife went, "Are they making more of this fucking Venom shit?" And I went, "Yeah, with Tom Hardy." And she went, "No, why?" And I said, "I don't know. I have no idea. I can't figure it out." Are people watching them? I assume it makes a lot of money, but I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm thinking just as I haven't seen the second one, I'm just going to jump right into this last one like I did with Aquaman.
Dude, honestly, I might do the same thing. I haven't seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one. Might just go see the third one. I think that would rip. I think that would be so
I saw
cool
the first one.
Go see the third one.
But I don't remember anything about it. Yeah, so
exactly. That's why we just got guys. That's why we here are making a pact to go see Venom 3 without seeing any of the other Venom movies or remembering them at all.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Don't worry, I'm just gonna go on blind again.
Hell yeah! Now we're talking, dude. That's great. I'm so for that. I think that's fantastic.
So I think we covered everything.
That's incredible. See, this is great, man. This was so awesome. Thanks for having me on again. Thank you for allowing me to wait a little bit to jump back on here until we had some podcasts that were set up and everything. Really appreciate it. And
you're always welcome on the channel.
Oh man, this has been great. This has been fun. Having a great time. Always good to do this. So thank you very much for having me.
Thing you want to promote? Last words?
Yeah, guys, go check it out. Check out 100% Eat. You go to patreon.com/100%Eat. You can also check out Regulation Podcast. That's patreon.com/The Regulation Pod. Just some stuff that I'm working on now. Rooster Teeth went under, and we have gone independent. So check it out right now because that is where this stuff is, baby.
I'll put links below.
Click on the links. Thank you very much, Jake. This has been a lot of fun, dude. Thank you so much.
I just want to shout out an amazing channel, James the Sheriff Dixon. Oh, he's such a great guy, and he is super cool for coming to the show. I'm glad I got to meet him in person, and you should subscribe.